In this video, we'll be looking at section 4.7, perpendicular lines. And our essential question will be, how do I write equations of perpendicular lines? So perpendicular lines are lines that cross and where they cross, they create right angles, 90-degree angles. Okay, so the important thing about perpendicular lines is it's again about the slope. Just like parallel lines, how we decide if things are perpendicular or not is we focus strictly on the slope. So slope of perpendicular lines are reciprocals, flip the fraction, and they are opposite. Positive becomes negative, and negative becomes positive. Okay. So let's do an example. Write an equation of a perpendicular line passing through the given point. So our given line will be y equals 3 halves x plus 4, and our point will be 2 comma 1. So here's our work. Number 1, identify the slope. So our slope is that fraction that's always right next to our x. So we can say m equals 3 over 2. This fraction that's right over there. Number 2, create the perpendicular slope. So now we're going to flip this fraction and get its opposite. So my new slope, so now m is going to equal 2 over 3. I flipped it. I'm going to make its opposite. So a positive becomes negative. And then our last step, like we were doing yesterday, plug in and solve for y. So for this step, we're always going to use that y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So we're always plugging into that. So let's go ahead and plug that in. So I'm going to have, I'm using the point over here, the given point, 2, 1. So this is my x1, there's my y1. And I'm going to use my new slope right here. So I'm going to say y minus 1 equals negative 2/3 times x minus 2. Let's make x a 3 to make this a little bit easier as an example. So we're going to make our x1 point a 3, like so. Okay, so now we'll distribute, and we're solving for y. So I have y minus 1 equals negative 2/3 x with a negative 3 times negative 2/3. And we multiply these two together, it equals positive 2. So I have y minus 1 equals negative 2/3 x plus 2. Then we'll add 1 to both sides, and we get y equals negative 2/3 x plus 3. So that's how we find the equations of perpendicular lines. We identify their slope, then we take that slope and we flip it, make it its opposite, plug into our point slope formula, and solve for y. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.